And now, his view, an editorial opinion by Bill Martin.
We continue to hear rumblings that if elected Prime Minister, nicknamed Pierre will close the CBC. Now, in case you did not hear an earlier commentary, I'm talking about Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre. He makes a habit of insulting his rivals by attaching spurious nicknames. So I say again, the vulgar practice may have appeared to work for Donald Trump, but I would hardly hold him up as a role model. So I call him Nickname Pierre, and he now has his nose out of joint because he claims the CBC intentionally distorted an interview to make him look bad. Well, sadly, Mr. Nickname, we don't have to distort anything to give you a less than flattering aura. Left to your own curt, often nasty, and clearly repetitive sound bites, you distribute your own offensive aroma. Now, I'm not saying the CBC did or did not present or fabricate something, but what I am saying is that closing our truly free-speaking national treasure is a penalty unfit for the crime. Instead of dropping the atomic bomb, why not use the fly swatter that we regular Canadians must use when offended by a broadcaster? When we feel hard done by at the hands of a reporter, we file a complaint with the CRTC. We can also object to offensive or misleading advertising through the Advertising Broadcast Council. And there's a similar outlet for complaints against newspapers. But that will soon be unnecessary as the industry dies its slow death while you and your federal colleagues divert your huge advertising budgets to Facebook and Google or other social media, none of which are Canadian and none of which contribute positively to our Canadian way of life. No, Mr. Nickname, we're not looking for a prime minister who would dissolve a treasured and historical institution that offers us an alternative view from the commercially driven spokespeople. Further, the CBC has gone into the barrens over the years, barrens where private broadcasters would never invest, where important and entertaining stories live and deserve recognition. If a reporter or a producer truly did harm you, take your complaint to his or her superior. Seek an apology, a reprimand, even a firing, but don't dismantle the entire institution as revenge or out of spite. Canadians do not want a prime minister who rants and raves and who threatens with the biggest stick that he can find. If that is what we wanted, we would simply accept Donald Trump's offer to make Canada his 51st state. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.
You've been listening to His View by Bill Martin. Listen every weekday at noon, 6 p.m., and midnight, right here on Radio from Hope Center.